As many of you already know, I'm gay. Vegan traveler, I'm gonna come on your eyes. I'm gonna come so fucking hard that you won't be able to see anymore. I've seen a picture of my dick around. Oh, big whoop. I want everyone to see that. At least it doesn't look as fucking putrid as goddamn blue rings. I might as well have fucked them up their ass. I met this other gay dude on YouNow. His name was Matt the Vegan. And, you know, we chatted, and I was in this chat, and I was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and like, hey, what's up, man, and all this sort of stuff. And then, I shared my Skype with him, and then we started talking on Skype, and, you know, just getting to know each other and all that sort of stuff. At one point, I was actually going to go travel to where he is and go see him. It was really weird because, like, he wanted to be, like, dominated. You know, we sort of became a little bit personal kind of thing like that. And then he came out and he said, you know, dominate me. So I started calling him a little bitch and, like, saying you're my slave and I'm going to beat your ass if you don't do this. If you don't show me your dick, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And he'd love it. He'd love every fucking second of it. It was pretty fun times. He started, like, talking about all these like weird ass fucking fetishes that he had, and it got really weird to a point where I was kind of like, whoa dude, I don't know if I can get down with this. All he does now is just try to get law enforcement involved, like a little narc-snitch bitch bully. And so now he's on some crusade to like report me to the law, and oh, this guy needs to go down. It's funny, but it's pretty damn sad. Matt the Vegan is my little bitch boy. I'll forever own him. I'll forever dominate him. As you can see, my little bitch boy, the one who I completely dominated, and wanted to see me pissing and all this weird shit. They have retaliated. And I think it's fucking hilarious. Bring the law enforcement involved. They're gonna look at this and be like, dude, you're fucking mentally insane. You ain't gonna get anywhere. I will whip you in a sexual way. I'm better than you. I started actually getting in contact with this McGee guy. And, he seemed to have, like, way more of an interest in me than he did, that other girl. We had, like, I don't know, a relationship. He wanted me to, like, piss on camera. It was fucked up. Like, he was like, you know, take the webcam or take your phone and just show you pissing into the toilet. And I'm like, shit, nah, no, it's just that one there, buddy. I'm sorry about that. So we got along, and he came out and he said, you know, yeah, I'm queer and blah, blah, blah. We didn't say it like that, but, you know, I'm just giving you the gist. The weird thing is like, I was his daddy in the relationship. Like, I was the dominant one, and I was, like, the older fucking figure. We talked for, like, quite a while. We did this over Skype, whatever. You see, the thing about this dude is what fucks me off. It's like, if you're gay, just come out of the closet. But he still hasn't actually come out of the closet, but he's been doing all this secret weird shit with me. You know, it was hot because, you know, I like that sort of shit. So yeah, it was pretty hot. It was pretty hot. I don't know. It just broke out. We had like this big fight, and I was calling him, and he was calling me, and we just fighting and yelling at each other over Skype. It was fucked up. The fucked up thing is that we were talking behind the scenes and getting nasty when he was still going out with that chick.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
How you doing, man? Are you like what? Were you already up?
Yeah, I'm winding down for the night. I'm gonna go to bed soon.
Is it like midnight your time?
Yes. Well, it's 11:57. Yeah.
So you're an hour behind me. I'm on the East Coast.
Okay. So I hear you have a new fan.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen the video. I just saw my video.
I just. What?
Oh no, is this frozen? It's frozen on my end. You're frozen
It's
with
not
this look.
for me. I can
Okay,
hear you.
it
I can
fixed
hear
it. It fixed it.
you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I
Or
got
maybe it's just
I
choppy. You keep freezing on my end. It's funny.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you the whole time, but your image like freezes from time to time.
Uh, yeah, I think I don't know if he's always been my fan, or maybe he's like I think he might be attracted to my tattoos. Maybe he's got a thing
What did he say in his video?
like that. We would like jerk off to each other and like.
Oh my god. I have to laugh because mine was like equally, it's just like twisted. This is just like something, I guess it comes along with it. I was telling one of my friends a second ago. It's like the second you come, like, you're somewhat relevant through whatever situation, someone's always going to come along and try to make themselves relevant off of you, even though you like, might not even be anybody. You
I'm
know,
not relevant.
you're just more,
I'm not
more,
relevant,
just more
man.
relevant than these people. I mean, literally, like they have to stoop that low. They're so unoriginal that that's their content. It's like, what is your content? Making up lies about people? Like, okay. Congratulations. Like, you have no message. Who are you? You know what I mean? It's bizarre. But yeah.
I know it's like
You're
meant
not
to be
alone.
like comedy or whatever. I just thought
look
it was.
at it. Just look at it like it's almost flattering that someone took the time out of their life, literally. Like, think about how short our lives are. That someone deemed you relevant enough to make up slanderous lies. It's like, oh man, thanks. You're like a big fan. Thanks for being.
Well, I know he's hella trolly, but maybe he actually is attracted to me.
Who knows? No, I know. I saw that guy in a broadcast. Someone was watching my video, and I told people about this. I'm like, dude, he was like hitting on me and being so gross and obscene. It's like now it's like carried over from live broadcast to legit YouTube videos.
Do you think he was serious though?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know this person. I've just heard about him. And I've seen him in that one broadcast, and I was like, ugh. And I think that he has fake accounts on here. So he's probably watched a lot of my broadcasting. There's no telling. It keeps freezing with your face. It's so funny. I'm trying to keep my straight face right now because you have this goofy look on your face. That's all I can see. Am I the only one, you guys? Type a 1 if his video's working properly. Type 2 if it's freezing.
Yeah, am I freezing?
I have really good internet and usually never have this problem. Wait, what did I say? Did I say 1 for freezing or 2 if it's working? I don't know.
You said one for normal and 2 for fucked up.
Okay, so it's normal. Okay, I guess I'm the only one. Who knows? Hey, you guys. God, I look terrible. I've worked my ass off today, and then I've just been sucked on the internet, watching documentaries and watching broadcasts on here. I'm like, I need to go to bed. I have to be up in a few hours, but
I got like the flu or something. I've been fucked up and sleeping almost all day, just sweating in bed.
I've heard a lot of people. Sick. There's like an epidemic. There's like something going around. So maybe it's that. That's what you have. I'm just hoping I don't get it. But usually I don't get sick.
I think I caught it
Where's
from
some
somebody.
wood? Where's some wood? Let me knock on some wood.
I hope you don't get it either, man. It fucking sucks. And I don't like taking medicine or medication and stuff, so it's hard enough to like take some pills or some cough syrup. I don't even want to do that.
Yeah, I don't do that. Ugh. My thing is, like, I've been doing Like, Jonas just popped up right as I'm about to talk about eating cookery. But I've been doing raw till 4, like, the last several days, you know. I know that's so cliche. I even talked about that in my video today. I'm like, it's cliche. You know, I'm doing raw till 4, but I'm doing that and not wanting to eat a lot of food because, I don't know, maybe I already have it and I'm fighting it off. Because there's so many people around me that have that as well.
I've been
To realize
actually
how to avoid. No, Jonas, I know. I'm right there with you. Yeah, we're not. I don't really want to talk about him. I'm not saying his name. I'm not even giving him the attention. I'm not even going to repeat this guy's name. No, but Jonas, I was like raw food vegan for 3 years, so I know your mindset. But then I kind of went back to eating cooked foods, you know. So I'm wanting to, like, this summer is like my goal. I'm like, no, bitch. You're gonna have an abundance of fresh food. You're going back raw and no more cookery, you know. But yeah, I'm doing raw till 4 right now. But I think that really helps. Just eating very simple mono meals, just not a lot of calories, just a lot of nutrients.
So do you think we should find him a real boyfriend?
Who? Oh, that guy?
Yes.
I think that he can just stay irrelevant, and, like, good for him that he wants to make slanderous lies up about people. I just feel like, man, like, it's like the garbage taking itself out, and in the kind of, in a sense, you know? Because anyone that would be following this person, this individual, and giving anything that he says credibility or validity, like, I don't want them to follow me to begin with, that they're that moronic. You know, I want quality people. I'm not, like, trying to get famous. I just make my videos, I get on here in my broadcast to make friends and be relatable, maybe network with people, things like that, you know? Like, this kind of stuff is so silly and so high school and petty. You know?
That's the first word that usually comes to mind is high school. Like, when back in high school, we used to get into cliques and make fun of each other for stupid shit, and then, like, post things on each other's walls and on their lockers and shove kids into lockers and stuff like that. That's really what this
I think if anything, like, if the people are debating if he's gay or not, and it's like, I don't care if he is or isn't, he would never have the time of day with me, like, the time or day. It's like, ugh, gross, you know what I mean? Just because, like, I'm gay doesn't mean I don't have a type or standards, you know? Like, ugh, that guy can't even stay sober more than 24 hours. Like, he needs help. Just, ugh, gross. Usually I don't want to be mean and talk shit about people, but I mean, that's just so petty. I can't believe it.
Have you, do you drink? Do you drink alcohol?
No. The worst thing I do is I vape. And, yeah, I know it's not super healthy. It's, like, actually really bad for you, but, you know.
They're worse.
It's like one of my pleasures in life. I enjoy it, you know? I'm all about trying to be as healthy as I can be, but I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. So, my vice, I love nicotine. Yeah. Shameful, I know. A lot of vegans judge it. And then there's some that just get it. You know what I mean? Peace.
Yeah, for me, I know drugs and alcohol has been something that I just need to stay away from because it doesn't do anything good for me, and I don't want it to. And it doesn't need to play any role in my life at all, anywhere.
No. Yeah, I had to stop. I never was, like, much of a drinker ever. No, I would go and have drinks occasionally with friends or something, but I had, like, an incident the last time I ever drank, and I was just, it wasn't a good experience, and I was like, why? Why am I doing this? It's so stupid.
You notice we always have to have
so much. It's like, I mean, it wasn't even anything that bad, but it was just, like, so, like, that aha moment. I was like, this is stupid, you know? Even just, I would do it maybe 4 or 5 times a year, and I'm like, this is just stupid, why? No. So I haven't drank in maybe a year and a half. Probably.
I'm not going to drink. I haven't actually smoked any pot in over a year and a half either, but and I didn't stop because of a bad experience. I stopped because I didn't see a point. and I realized that I was using it as a getaway. I was using it as like an escape, and in a sense like that, it's something that controls you, and I don't want things that I don't want to have to turn to things like that that have that kind of control over my life.
Yeah, it just makes you not yourself. You're not able to think rationally, especially drinking. Now, the pot smoking, if you want to do that from time to time, I don't think that's bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Drinking, fuck, man. It completely changes your perception. And I think a lot of people get, whether, this is something too. People are always so quick to define what's a drug and deem this and that bad. But look what the majority of people do. They're addicted to foods, you know? Like eating dead animals and their secretions, or processed foods, a lot of sugar. I mean, people can get addicted to anything. It could be a drug. But that one completely mind alters you. It's a depressant. There's no real benefit. And then the social aspect. Usually if you're drinking with a bunch of people, like, what the fuck are they doing? You're just doing it to, like, as a coping mechanism because your reality is, like, too painful to tolerate. So you want an escape. I feel like when you go fucking completely sober and you're eating healthy food, you just have a moment where you're, like, truly within yourself, and you realize, and it's depressing. I made a video talking about this, and I'm like, when I was promoting veganism, it's like, man, that opens your mind to everything else, and you'll think so much deeper on levels that it's like depressing almost, and it's a lot to handle, and that's why most people don't want to do that. They don't want to really grasp the reality, the true reality in front of them. They want to hide behind an illusion, or a delusion, I should say, you know? But definitely drugs and alcohol, it's atypical. Once you get away
Danny,
from that, like, you can think so clearly.
I don't judge other people, Danny. Like, if you want to drink, then that's fine. Like, but for me, I speak for what I know that works for me, and I do the same thing with diet and what I eat and, like, the type of vegan I am and the type of food that I put in my body. I don't claim to know, like, what the right path is for everyone, because I don't think there is, like, a right path for everyone. But I just know for me, I don't have, like, I guess I just don't have that kind of control to be able to draw lines and stuff as it relates to drugs and alcohol. So I'm just, for me, I just can't do it. I have tons of control in lots of other areas of my life, but I can't.
That's something that you shouldn't do. I'm gonna have to stop you. Don't ever, like, and anyone that's listening, don't say you can't do something. It's like self-limiting. You totally can. Like, humans are, you can have the capacity for greatness, you know? Don't ever forget that. Like, you set your mind to something, and that's not even that big of a thing. I think maybe you're just making it bigger. Maybe you have a trauma narrative, and that's like your go-to, and that's why you're saying that. But if you look outside of that frame of reference, you see it's really not even, it's no thing, you know? And it weeds out all the shitty friends that you'd make in that scene, and doing that, you really grow and learn. And it's just a lot to take on, too. I probably sound preachy, I'm sorry. I'm kind of delirious and tired. But yeah, drugs and alcohol, I've witnessed it firsthand, like from my family, and seeing it destroy their lives, and seeing the ugly, you know what I mean? What's this? Oh, Jonas, I bet. I don't really follow him.
I think Nick had, like, some kind of break with reality.
Yeah. I think so too. And I think moving off and isolating himself in a third world country with just his boyfriend and the YouTube success, it just was, like, probably too much. It's really sad, and then everyone's hating him. But he caused a lot of that. When he stopped being a raw foodist, I called him out because they were bashing raw foodists. And I was like, what the fuck? That's not cool. Like, what are you doing? You know? If you don't want to be raw vegan anymore, then don't. You know, don't put down raw food vegans and say they're all assholes and attacking you, because that's not the truth. And then now he did that. They're like the same things, doing it to vegans. going back and just I'm trying to think. There's a name for it when you like rebel. You rebel against something that you know better. You know what I mean? And it's like a form of acting out. It's like a cry for help, really. I feel bad for that guy. But I just stopped when I saw the turtle being shipped in the thing and all these exotic pets that they're getting and then that video he made, I'm just like, okay, I gotta cut that loss. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be an asshole. I'm not gonna go and dislike his video. I'm not even gonna engage. It's like, okay, you do you, bro. I'm gonna do me. And that's kind of my approach on things. Like, I'm just gonna stay in my lane, do my shit. You do you. You know what I mean? Kind of like Mommy Tang's mirror. You do you. You know? I love that. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about that guy's video. The more and more you do this and make videos, it's just inevitable that people will behave this way. And you honestly can't take it personally because it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with that person. It's my outlook on it. You should read the 4 Agreements. It would really help all of you guys. You should read that book. I'm always endorsing it because that's where I get a lot of my philosophy from. It's really good. And then you just see past all this shit that happens. You're like, oh, okay, it makes total sense.
Are you asking me, Bill?
Yeah, I think she is. Are you worried about the video?
What would I be worried about?
I mean, that guy's a belligerent drunk. and anyone that would believe anything that he said is a moron to begin with, so why would you care what a moron would think? You know? And they get so mad. They might make some more videos. Maybe he went out of this. You never know. It's like, okay, good luck.
What do you
Yeah.
So I was curious about something. So I have heard that that from going from a meat eater to a vegetarian to a vegan, that cum tastes differently. Like it gets like sweeter or better.
This is the second time someone's asked me a cum related thing.
And I think so. I did some googling. I did some googling.
Honest, I've heard, but me personally, I don't know.
But the leading part of the question is, I wonder if it follows the same. I wonder if a girl would taste differently in the same way.
Oh, well,
so if it follows
females, that's more. They have to keep like the bacteria levels there and will kind of flow, like just a good balance of, you know, good bacteria, bad bacteria. I just think it's just like, how hygienic is that person? Yeah, so I think it probably does. I bet it totally does. Like, I bet it does.
It's got to have to do with what you eat. It's got to have something to do with what you eat.
I don't know. There's a difference. Belle says there's a difference. I'm going to take her word for it.
A long time ago, I was reading something, and this was way before I went vegan, and it might not have been reading. Maybe it was a girlfriend, or just a conversation I was listening to, and somebody said that if you ate bananas, that it would be better. If you ate bananas, that it would taste better. And I've heard that a lot. And then I've Googled things that have said something like similar to that. Like the more fruit that you take in your diet, the better things are. And like, but I haven't.
Maybe I'll get back with you. I'll get back with you on that. My kind of philosophy, though, with dating is I don't do it very often. I think so many people are quick to jump in relationships and trust somebody. And I've went long periods of time being celibate, and, you know, and I wouldn't consider taking on someone's bodily fluids unless, like, I really built up a trust with that person, and I shared paperwork with that person, and you know what I mean? To where I would do something like that. Like, I just don't do that just randomly like a lot of people do. You know?
I have
like I'm gay, so like us gay people have a bad rap that we're like really promiscuous and that we'll die of AIDS or something. You know what I mean? Which that's something everyone has to worry about. It's like STIs, STDs. You know.
It's funny that you say
one, like I just wouldn't know this information because I haven't done really the legwork on it. You know what I mean? So maybe in the future I'll have a better perspective. But I'm just gonna say I'd probably think that it would have something to do. And your hormone levels. I don't know.
It's funny that you say paperwork because like I have a link. Like I get just for my own benefit, and I'm not massively sexually active, but just for my own benefit, I get tested like once a year just to know. And then you can get that free most places. Most insurances cover it.
It's cheap. You can go to the health clinic for like less than $20 most times, most places, if not free, depending on your kind of situation. Anyway, this is such an awkward topic.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
It's cool.
I'm awkward. I'm also sick, so.
Yeah. It's like the second time today. Like, I get that so much as a gay vegan. People are so quick to be like, oh, well, is cum vegan? And it's like, well, what makes you think that I just do that to begin with? Like, I'm some cum dumpster. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
I didn't.
You know?
Is that how you thought I meant it? Is that how you?
No. That's how I meant it. That's how I meant it for the people that asked me earlier. Because when they were like, "Is it vegan?" You're like wanting to know like the logistics behind it. It's a different. But yeah, I just think it's funny in my own personal perspective. It's funny that people always ask and they're intrigued by that. You know.
We should ask him because he seems to know a lot about that too. So
who?
That guy making videos.
The guy. He probably doesn't. See, like me, I could go out and be a promiscuous little, you know, whatever. This guy, and this is all tea, all shade. Like, did you see the guy? Like, man, I feel bad for him. That's what
no, if I was
opportunity.
Like, if I was the ugliest gay vegan ever, I wouldn't touch him with, you know, my worst. So
all tea, all shade. Yep, you got it. Bill's hashtagging it. Like, I'm not one to make fun of people like on their looks, but I'm just let's be real, you know. At some point, like, yeah.
Let's be real.
Let's be real. I think you or I have way better opportunities. So, like, anyone that would believe that, it's just so silly. It's so silly.
I was thinking about his nose the other day, and you know how you get those pictures in like the booths at the mall? Like, if we ever got a picture taken together in the mall in one of those booths, everybody would be staring at his nose all the time because his nose is like super like triangle-y, and nobody would be looking at me. So why?
Probably. I don't know, but yeah. This is kind of like setting the record straight. Like, no, that didn't happen. Who knows, you guys? I've really thought about. I'm gonna work on a little piece and I'd like to interview a lot of people. In the next month, I'm going to start interviewing people, and I have a really good project I'm going to work on. I think it'll cover a lot of this.
What are the things that you want to know?
I'm just going to build a mini documentary. Instead of little videos like bullshit ones, I want to do one like good video and cover all of the dynamics and lay my perspective out and my research. To really psychoanalyze people, you know? I think it'd be interesting.
There's a lot of different characters here.
There's endless content. I mean, why not, you know? But yeah. I think I'm gonna go, I have to go to bed. It's like almost 12:30. And I have to be up by like 4:15.
Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you're not too terribly worked up over that.
No. It's like, after the last video I dealt with, it's like, fuck. This isn't new to me. You know what I mean? Like, saddle up and get ready. Anyone that if you're gonna have a social media presence, you're gonna have to deal with stuff like that. It's just part of it. And, just, you can't take it personally, you know?
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right.
You know,
well, thanks for coming on.
Take no shit, do no harm, you know? Or do no harm, take no shit. It's a good saying. But yeah, it was nice to like broadcast. I've never broadcast with you. And yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime, okay?
For sure, man.
I hope you get to feeling better. And I shall see you guys later. Alright?
Yep.
Bye.
Oh, that was cool.